Okay, seniors, I'll do a review here of the constitutional amendments. Just something to help you out for your um, Constitution test tomorrow, right? 27 amendments will be on there, so we'll talk about those, right? First 10 amendments to the Constitution are the Bill of Rights, right? The Bill of Rights, kind of like the 10 fingers on your hand, it blocks us, it protects us from the government. Make sure that the government isn't violating our rights, right? So, First Amendment is your freedom of speech, press, religion, petition, and assembly, right? Second Amendment, two fingers like a gun pointing in the air, bang, bang, right to bear arms. States have a right to also have a well-regulated militia. Third Amendment, two's a party, three's a crowd, right? Protect us from quartering troops. Fourth Amendment, four fingers, knock, knock, it's the popo, say no, no. Protect us from unreasonable searches and seizures. Five fingers, cover your mouth, don't self-incriminate, also protects us from double jeopardy and guarantees us dual process of law. Sixth Amendment, point at your watch, fair and speedy trial. Seventh Amendment, right? Hit your fingers together, boom, backwards. Guarantees us a jury trial on matters amounting more than $20. Eighth Amendment, imagine the number 8. Looks like a pair of handcuffs, protects us from cruel and unusual punishment. Ninth Amendment says that people have more rights than just those listed in the Constitution. 10th Amendment is all powers not given to the federal government are reserved for the states, kind of like the last chair in the restaurant. That last chair is reserved for you. If it doesn't say in the Constitution, that means that power is, well, reserved for the states. 11th Amendment places a restriction on federal lawsuits. So the idea that if you are going to sue a state, that might become a federal issue. 12th Amendment separates out our presidential and vice presidential candidates when they're running for election, right? Make sure that we don't have some of the issues that we had earlier in the early 1800s. 13th Amendment, right? We get into our Reconstruction Amendments, free citizens vote. 13, 14, 15, free citizens vote. 13th Amendment, free, end slavery. 14th Amendment, citizens extend citizenship rights to all Americans, guarantees equal protection under law. And then 15th Amendment gives all males the right to vote regardless of skin color. Okay, 13, 14, 15, free citizens vote are Reconstruction Amendments. 16th Amendment, think that stupid show, My Super Sweet 16, gives the government power to tax our income, right, to raise money. 17th Amendment, 17 senators, gives the people of the states the right to elect their U.S. senators by a direct vote instead of having the senators appointed by the state legislature. The people now get to vote for their own senator. 17th Amendment. 18th Amendment's a prohibition amendment. The way I remember this is that 18-year-olds sometimes think they should have the right to partake in drinking alcohol. That's illegal. 18th Amendment bans intoxicating liquors, right? It's the prohibition amendment. 19th Amendment, women's suffrage. Don't really have a good, helpful way to help you remember that. Just know it. It's very important, right? 19th Amendment is the women's suffrage amendment. 20th Amendment states that the president and vice president shall take office on January 20th. It states that the vice president and president should take office at noon on January 20th. So 20th Amendment, January 20th, also sets the date for when Congress takes office on January 3rd. 21st Amendment, legal drinking age is 21. 21st Amendment repeals the 18th Amendment, and it makes alcohol legal again in the United States. 22nd Amendment, two-term limit, places a constitutional limit on presidential terms. 23rd Amendment, 2-3. Way I remember this is the 3 in 23 is like the idea of the minimum value of electoral votes. 23rd Amendment applies to Washington, D.C., and it makes their special district worth the minimum number of electoral votes, right? So people get to vote for president in Washington, D.C. 24th Amendment bans poll taxes. You will never be charged a penny to vote. 25th Amendment is a presidential succession amendment. If something happened to the president, it sets up kind of the order of operations in which we would go about finding a new one, kind of like the Doomsday Amendment. 26th Amendment is the federal voting age, right? 18-year-olds all get to vote now, so it's a federal voting age. The way I remember this is that 2 + 6 is 8, 18. 18 is the legal voting age. And then 27th Amendment is our congressional pay raise amendment. It states that Congress cannot give themselves a pay raise until the next regular election of the House of Representatives. Hope this helps. Good luck on your test tomorrow.